Hello and welcome to the Pokémon Teatime, your podcast about Pokémon and Pokémon cards. We are your hosts, Mr. Houndoom and the Pokémon Noob.
Hello.
We have good news this week. We have managed to upload our podcasts on Spotify, so we can finally say we are a proper podcast. You can now listen to us on Spotify, but not just on Spotify, also on other podcast platform. Not Apple Podcasts for some reason, but we'll look into fixing that. But the rest of the podcast should be available. So we hope you're enjoying it. If you're listening to just the sound of our voice right now, we'll make sure that we talk about what we are seeing and describe if there is something visual on the screen for you. And of course, the podcast is still available on YouTube. So we really appreciate your support. We invite you to leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you think about the episode of today, and subscribe. So let's get into the topics of the day. Let's talk about the infamous Pokemon promo card that almost broke the Pokemon card community. The McDonald's promos for the 25th anniversary. A beautiful set of 25 cards showing the 24 starters from every single generation, plus Pikachu, because Pikachu is also one of the starters. Not Eevee though, but Pikachu is. So a set that has been crazy popular since it's been released. A mini set of 25 cards. Can you believe 25 cards available in just a promo set at McDonald's? It's almost as big as Champions Path.
I know it's crazy, and as you said, lots of controversy, nearly breaking the community. A lot of people being very upset in the UK and the rest of Europe. People saying they can't get their hands on it, and people are scared to pay those scalper fees. So there's a lot of backlash happening at the moment, and we're just trying to sit there and just admire the cards and look from afar.
Yeah, no, I think they are very nice. I think you can really give credit to Pokemon to making these promos. I think compared to what you can usually get at McDonald's, because it's kind of a yearly thing, right? You can usually every year pretty much you have the Pokemon promo operation at McDonald's, and you can get some promos. You showed me one the other day, one Pikachu you had.
Yeah, they normally, as you said, they normally do yearly promos, and we do normally get those in the UK. Mm-hmm. But I think with COVID and the sort of delays in Shining Fates and other sets this year, we'll probably see a few months delay in this set coming to the UK.
Yeah, and I think that's fine, honestly. As long as we get these ones, eventually it's okay to wait a little bit. But it's kind of from a European perspective, it's kind of interesting because we are kind of watching the US, because it's only the only country where the promos are available right now, and it was interesting to see the collectors turn against each other, and some were thinking, oh my god, you bought some Happy Meals for yourself. Some other were buying Happy Meals to give away by taking the cards, but giving away the food, and it's been a big mess, honestly, and it's been interesting to watch with popcorn from Europe.
Yeah, as you said, but there has been some really nice stories though. There's a Instagrammer called Evie Douglas, and she actually purchased 50 Happy Meals and donated them to 50 children along with the promos.
That's what I was about to ask, but that's great then.
Yeah, it's really heartwarming when you see those kids open up the promos, and the whole point of this for Pokemon is to get the cards in front of kids, and to create that passion and fire for the TCG and collecting them. And if scalpers and adults keep ruining this, they're not going to have a product to sell to these kids when they grow old and have money to spend on Pokemon cards.
And with the price of even a Vivid Voltage pack, the most recent set that has been released, that you can see right now. It's really a hobby that is being taken away from kids. I mean, you really cannot access the cards. So even if the Happy Meals are being scalped, what is left really for them? But sorry, I was looking into the prices of the cards on the resale. So it was quite interesting to see. The prices have fluctuated a lot for these cards after the few days when they were released. I think it was quite high on the first few days, and it dropped a little bit. So here you can see that the whole set, the full set, the 25 cards, the 25 holos, sold for 170 francs. So that's I guess around $190.
Surprisingly quite cheap.
Yeah, you would expect actually more.
Yeah, for a full set, yeah.
I mean, how many packs do you need to open to get the 25 cards, right?
Yeah, 70 or so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually, I mean, it's expensive, but it's not as expensive as you would have thought, considering the hype that was around it at release date. The most expensive is, of course, the Pikachu holo and non-holo. They sell for in between $40 francs, sorry. So that's like $50 to a little more. So here I found the price. Someone bought it for 66 francs, but that's definitely the most valuable. And then it drops dramatically. And I've made some research. I told you about it to see if there was any like unexpected popular Pokemon along the way, because it's not just Pikachu, but it's also all the starters from all the games. And you had, of course, Charmander getting the second place with, I think, 15 to 25 francs per card. Then you had Bulbasaur and Squirtle at the same level, around 10 to 15 francs. And then it dropped to pretty much the same price for every single card from every single generation, which really surprised me. I thought there would be a bit of a standout in the crowd. Like I know Piplup is very popular, for example, so I was expecting maybe Piplup to be a bit more expensive than the other ones, but it turned out not to be the case. So a little bit of a surprise for me. But if you're looking for any of the holos right now, you're looking to pay around $4 to $6 francs, sorry, for the for each.
And just to make that clear for anyone in the UK or America, a franc is so for every pound you get around 1.3 1.4 francs.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe for the UK for US dollar it's similar conversion, right? You don't see too much of a difference between francs and dollars.
Yeah, dollars are a bit less valuable than francs. So if you see like 5 francs, I guess it would be $6. But pretty much. Yeah.
So that having those Pikachu a pair of holo and non-holo cards sell for nearly 70 francs. That's like £50.
Yeah, exactly.
Around that mark.
Yeah. So it gives you a bit of an idea of the hype that is going around it. And yeah, I don't think there is much to add to the topic. I was honestly a little bit disappointed to see that all of the cards were selling for the same price. But not that we are encouraging to buy them, but but
I've actually been thinking as well a bit more about this set, and it made me realize as a collector, we always feel the need to be entitled to collect everything? And I think in this circumstance, I don't think we should go out of our way to get these cards. And I think, as a community, we should just let the kids have them. And I know a lot of people have spoken like saying, it's fine for adults to collect these cards. And I think, that's fine. But I think for me personally, it was just great seeing kids opening these cards up.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone offers me these cards and I can get them, hassle free and there's no issues, then I wouldn't say no. But I'm not going to go into extra lengths to get these cards, I think.
That may or may not have happened to you, by the way. But same for me. I have a few. Maybe I have like my favorite few starters. Maybe if I could find them, that could be nice. I'm a people up lover, and also like pretty much I love all the little birdie starters. So people up, roll it, and I'm going to have a trouble here. It's coming to me in French, but like the little chicken, the little the one from the third generation, the fire one.
Yes. Oh god, it's got it out of my head now.
It's okay.
Oh.
Anyways, so yeah, maybe these ones, if I had the opportunity, I would maybe get them, but I will not collect the set for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think we've talked enough about the McDonald's promos for now. I'd be curious to see the price at the end of the year to see if they have maintained the value or if it completely dropped and people lost interest, because there's so much more coming this year, and I'm expecting that it's not gonna blow up. Speaking of which, we are now 1 week away from the official 25th anniversary Pokemon Day on the 27th of February. So we thought that we would make a little bit of a recap of everything that's been announced for the 25th anniversary, and maybe talk a bit about our predictions as well. So without further ado, let's get into the 25th anniversary topic. So what has been revealed so far? Maybe you can introduce this one.
Yeah, so this is the Jumbo starter promos that have been released on a monthly basis from, is it end of March, or are they being released from the 27th of Feb? I think it's March, right?
I think it's from March, yeah.
It is from March, yeah. So yeah, from March, we're seeing a pack of 3 starters, starting from Gen 8 and then working its way to October, ending with obviously Gen 1. But yeah, what's really exciting about the first release is that they're releasing a Jumbo card binder, which you get a Jumbo Pikachu.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think this has kind of split the community again.
Yeah.
A lot of people, tend to sort of not like Jumbos, and no one really shares them. If you look at Instagram and look at posts people share, there's no one really sharing those Jumbo cards. But I quite like them, and yeah, this is definitely something I'm going to try and collect. I think it'd be really cool to have a Jumbo binder. What about yourself, Julian?
I think it's interesting that they're normalizing the size of these Jumbos, because I don't know if you have many of them, but like I have a few like GX and the V ones that were released recently, and none of them has the same size. So it's kind of interesting to see that now there's going to be a standard size for Jumbos. It can mean that in the future you're going to pretty much know what to expect in terms of size for your Jumbos, and maybe it's also the right moment to kickstart a Jumbo cards collection, who knows. And for myself, I think it's kind of the same case as the McDonald's promos. I think that like I was super excited when they announced it, and now I'm thinking about like what's the value I'm gonna get from this product, and what's the joy pretty much I'm gonna get from this product. So it's very fairly priced. You pay $10. I don't know in the UK how much it's gonna cost, but like I think
£10. Yeah.
£10, yeah.
Yeah.
£10, you get 3 promos inside of the booster, and you get 2 boosters of something. We don't know what, but I don't know if we can expect the special anniversary set, or if it's just going to be some random Sword and Shield booster pack. But so I think like given the price, I think it's rightly priced, and I think I'm going to be interesting to get them, but I'm not going to be like super passionate. It's not going to be my goal this year. Like it's not on top of my collector goals. No.
I'm gonna say it's one of mine.
Yeah.
I think it's quite unique, and I like the way that you can store them away in this nice binder, and you can look at it whenever you want.
Yeah.
And it's like separated from your collection, right? because what I find with general Pokemon cards, like I've got quite a few 20th anniversary Pokemon cards, and they're just in my binder, and I don't ever tend to look at them that much.
They don't stand out.
So if I've got a specific binder where I can showcase these, I'll definitely look at them more often. But yeah, as you said, those 2 booster packs, what on earth could they be? Like I can't imagine. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Sword and Shield packs. It's what rationale do they have to pick the pack? It's very strange. Oh, maybe, I don't know. They might just do some random packs that you get in, each one. But it'd be interesting to see how it's packaged up, because is it going to be like a plastic thing, or is it going to be quite a loose bag?
I think the way they presented it, we've seen a few pictures, and it really looks like a big booster pack, like the same format, but like just bigger, with the 3 starters that are going to be inside the pack, also displayed on the booster itself. So that's going to be an interesting product. Like, how does it fit also in a shelf, in a shop? I'm curious for it, because it's the first time I think Pokemon is ever doing this kind of product. So interesting.
Yeah, one thing, I don't know if you've noticed, but in these jumbo promos, they actually share the same artwork as the McDonald's promos. So Rowlet, quite a few of them share the same artwork. They're not all of them, but quite a few do.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting.
Yeah, I remember people were actually talking about the fact that the Gen 1 promos are going to be actual reprints from the first base set. And it was kind of a first for Pokemon to have the right to reuse the exact design that was used back then when the Wizards of the Coast was still doing the cards. So it's kind of a big deal somehow.
Yeah. Be interesting.
Yeah.
I think seeing those old WotC designs in such a big card size would be very strange.
Yeah.
I wonder what the print quality is going to be like as well. Hopefully, it's not going to be so bad, because I know PSA are really pushing jumbo grading at the moment.
Yeah.
I know the graded
and booster
gem
packs.
guys. Yeah, I was talking about that, and the pack grading as well. Yeah.
So super curious about it. I think I'm gonna buy them. Yeah, if I see them in my store, I'm gonna buy. I'm just not gonna pre-order everything and be super.
I've heard you won't be able to pick these up through your normal trading card shops.
Okay.
Apparently, the advice I've been told is to look in magazine stores where you would normally pick up a Pokemon style magazine for kids.
Oh, okay.
And he was saying, that is where you will find them.
Oh, okay. So like a gift inside of the Pokemon magazine, or just really sold as a standalone product?
I don't know. I think that would be the way I would see it being packaged. Yeah, because the binder would be about the size of a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So it could come with a magazine, and
A6,
you could have like a
A5.
You could have like a magazine in a bag, and then you could have the promo pack and the booster packs loose within those.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. I hope they make their way to Switzerland, because it's always the question. But I think they will. I don't see why not. Moving on to the other topic. So we have also had the announcement of a special concert on the 27th of February. A virtual concert with Post Malone, the US rapper. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I actually don't know this singer at all. But I think he's a US rapper.
Yeah. You don't know? Oh, I thought you do. I thought you knew him.
I mean, I've heard his name, but like, it's really not the kind of music that I usually listen to.
Yeah, he's a big he's a big artist. He's always played on the radio and stuff.
Okay.
And he's got a massive following.
Okay.
And he's one of the more genuine celebrities with a background with Pokemon collecting. He's actually spoken about it in the past.
Yeah, I think I saw in the video that he had a Pokemon tattoo as well, no?
I'm pretty sure he's got a Pikachu tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it'd be interesting.
it was interesting in the teaser trailer for this concert that they were displaying him as a 3D model as well, which can make us wonder if the concert is going to be an actual concert or if it's going to be some kind of a la Fortnite event, like when you have the virtual avatar of the singer actually doing the concert and not. Was it him already who was in Fortnite? Who did the concert?
No, that was Travis Scott.
Ah, right. It was Travis Scott. But I was just wondering if it would be the same kind of show. Like, are they going to cartoonize him the way we see him right now, or are they going to actually show the concert? Yeah.
Yeah. They, I'm pretty certain they will do a mocap suit capture with him, and then have that animated like a game.
So he could interact with Pokemon and maybe famous trainers or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because in the Pokemon announcement article, they don't really give too much detail about the concert, but then continue to talk a lot about the game events that are happening around Pokemon Day. So yeah, I assume they're gonna talk about and show more Pokemon related stuff in that. But yeah, I do wonder what's going to be announced on Pokemon Day. There's got to be some sort of announcement, isn't there?
Yeah, I think we are going to have actually a Pokemon week, if you ask me, because announcements on the Saturday is always a bit awkward, especially for games. I don't really recall Nintendo announcing anything on the weekend. So what I see would be rather something during the week, maybe on the 25th or we know that there's going to be a special distribution of a singing Pikachu for the game starting on the 25th. So maybe it's going to be on that same day. Could be.
Yeah, and we've got the still awaited release announcement for Katy Perry's song.
Yes.
So music normally gets released on a Friday, doesn't it? So
that's true. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe on the Friday we might get the Katy Perry song.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Would make sense. Yeah. It's interesting to talk about these famous artists in relation to Pokemon. That's definitely something I was not expecting to do on this podcast, to talk about Katy Perry and Post Malone.
Does it feel like there's going to be a Pokemon Direct, like a Nintendo Direct? It feels like there's going to be one, but I know there hasn't been one announced, but it feels like there is.
My theory is that there's going to be one, but I think I'd like to talk about it slightly later, because we have actually a topic about potential games being announced. So yeah, I will keep my opinion until that moment. Just if you're really interested, you can skip later in the podcast, but we're going to talk about this. Something else we know that is being happening on the 27th of February is, of course, the first edition Pokemon box break that Logan Paul is going to do on his channel. So we are, I think, 2 days after the last pack has been sold, so everything is now set and ready for the 27th of February. I don't know when it's going to happen exactly. In Europe, 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. EST, but the European times I'm not too sure about this.
That's like 1 a.m. I believe for UK, 2 a.m. for you.
In the night, yeah. So that might not be something I'm tuning in.
Yeah. There's going to be plenty of YouTubers doing reaction videos, all of our favorite Pokemon YouTubers. I'm going to watch their content anyway, so I might as well just watch their reaction rather than staying up.
Yeah.
But the big news of this really is a Pokemon First Edition booster box being sold for over $1 million.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this time round it's a lot different. It's not Pokemon enthusiasts buying these packs. These are businesses looking for promotion, and we had this pretty cynical chat, didn't we, about business promotion, and we said, for $30,000 or $40,000, getting your brand out to 1 million concurrent listeners or 2 million is like really cheap.
It actually is.
Yeah. So
From because we both work in advertising, and we know the costs of advertising, and believe us, 20, what do you say, 30,000 for putting your name out there on such a big platform with such a particular audience as well, because like gamers and Pokemon collectors and so on are quite a niche that you might want to attract. And that's definitely something that's gonna happen. And we heard like the big YouTubers that got their pack in the first box break are not all necessarily going to be there this time around. It might be a bit more random, if I may say. The people
I think the train has gone for them. It's left the station. The
even
first
for
time
them.
round, the first time round, they all like Randolph did a video this week, and he was basically saying, you know, at the time, 11K for the first time was absolutely extortionately expensive.
Yeah.
And he did it, and he did it for the promotion, and he lived through the hype, and it paid off for him. But this time round, I don't think his channel
bigger fish is around.
I don't think. And the thing is as well, the audience that's going to watch this it's not really Pokemon enthusiasts. I think it's just people watching for the hype,
possibly
more than anything else.
Possibly because it's I mean, it's such a strategic date to do this kind of event. I think like you can expect Twitch streamers streaming Pokemon games all day. Like everybody is going to talk about Pokemon on that particular day. Like even Pokemon is doing themselves everything so that there is buzz around this day in particular. So I think people will be just in Pokemon mood and will watch whatever Pokemon content they can find on that day, and it might turn out actually very well for Logan this time around, once again, if I may say. So it will be actually one of the many stream events. I don't know about you, but like I've seen a few of the collectors, even the collectors that I'm following, who have planned to do, I don't know, a box break on that day, or just some Pokemon card content related. So it's
a good opportunity for Europe, really, because everyone's gearing up for the Post Malone concert and the Logan Paul box break, which is very late in the day for us. So if you're sat at home in the evening and there isn't anything particularly interesting, it's a good opportunity for the Europeans, I think, to do gain some eyeballs on their content.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But it doesn't overlap, right? This box break.
Sorry?
This box break is after the Post Malone concert.
It's I don't know how long the concert is lasting. Let me.
It won't be more than 2 hours.
No, let me just switch before. At 7 p.m. ET, the concert.
That's Eastern.
And
same time.
The box break is at 9 EST. Oh my god, I'm so bad with all of this time schedule, but I assume it's not colliding, but
yeah.
Anyways, there's going to be lots of Pokemon content to watch on that day, no matter what time, and who knows? Maybe we'll do something as well.
Yeah, special edition podcast.
I've been into the Pokemon TCG online in the past few days, and so maybe I'll stream this. Who knows? That could be cool.
Yeah, stream some TCGO content.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's all we know so far for the 25th anniversary. So a lot in a way, but also we know that there is still a lot more coming. It's really something that the Pokemon Company has been building on over the past few months, and with all these teaser trailers and these promos, and we know that they are bringing something big. So before we start in our prediction, we wanted to look at what happened actually for the 20th anniversary. So that was in 2016, and from what we've seen, there's a lot of similarities between the two events, starting with this logo that we can see right now. So the logo for the 20th anniversary is basically the same idea that they took back from the 25th anniversary, even though like you cannot see the starters in it anymore. But that's pretty much the same logo. So let's start with a little recap. So in January of 2016, were announced the first Pokemon set that was revealed. Sorry, for the 20th. I'm not gonna manage that 20th anniversary. So back in January 2016, we knew already what was coming for Pokemon. So in the name of the Generations set. The Generation set was released in the form of special boxes. So you had the mythical Pokemon collection. So every month throughout the year, you would get a different box with I think two packs and a promo of mythical Pokemon. You also had a few special boxes with Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise, if I remember well.
Pokemon and Pikachu, sorry,
and Pikachu
as well. Yeah. But yeah, I believe they ran up to the XY Evolutions launch, right? And it's quite similar to how they're running this year with the jumbo promos.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll likely see a 25th anniversary set sometime then, but I don't know. It's going to be, I believe is it the 13th of October, right? Is the last release date for the jumbos.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting, like if you take the parallel between the jumbos and this mythical Pokemon collection thing, it's pretty much the same kind of product. You have 2 booster packs and a promo. At least you have 3 promos actually in the ones that are coming for the 25th anniversary. So you can see that the 2 packs in these were actually the special anniversary set. So that might help us answer the question we were having earlier about what are going to be these 2 packs that are included inside. Is it going to be like Generations and the special anniversary set that we have not heard anything about yet, or is it going to be something else? That's the question. But like this can be a clue. I don't know. What do you think about it?
I think that's a great shout. That kind of adds up, right? If it's 2 packs and it was released monthly, and there was a mythical promo, but this time around we're getting jumbo promos, I think, that to me adds up. And if you look back at the logo, Pokemon likes to be consistent, don't they?
Yeah.
Shining Fate.
Shining Fate.
Yeah, it's very original. As people say. So I think there's a lot to tell from the 20th anniversary and how they ran that. Obviously, as you said, the timelines are a bit different, but I think COVID has forced their hand this year. I think they're trying to do the best they can. But like, look at what happened with Mario last year. Everyone was like, "Oh, Mario, what's happening with Mario? What are we going to see?" Like, the whole community and the gaming community was crying out, like going, "Oh my God, we're not going to see a Mario remake this year."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we got like 4 games announced.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the calendar can also be interpreted in a different way. It doesn't have to be the year when the anniversary is starting, but it can actually start like they did with Mario, actually on the day of the anniversary, and then throughout the year. For Mario, they released the collection with the 3 games. And to end the anniversary of Mario, that was this month actually, they've just released 3D World, Super Mario 3D World, and that was pretty much. You see, it's in February. It's like closing the year of the Mario anniversary, so it just gives us a clue as well that. Actually the Pokemon 25th anniversary could last until February 2022 and not stop in December 2021. So we might have some extra products in January and February as well of next year.
I think the key message here is just to be patient, isn't it?
Yeah.
We
are 1 week away.
And I think that's going to be the telling period, isn't it? This Pokemon Day. There's got to be something announced.
There's got to be,
and I'm sure they've got something up their sleeves that will drive everyone insane and go crazy and empty their
take the wallet out. Yeah, they also announced for the 20th anniversary some special edition consoles. So I guess that's something we can expect also for this year with some kind of a remake here. It was not a remake, but like a port of the.
Yeah, as a pre-installed port of Red and Blue, along with two cover plates for the 3DS. And as you said, with the Mario anniversary year, we've just seen a red Switch for Mario as well. So again, by this time next year, we may see a Pokemon 25th anniversary style Switch.
Yeah, or a couple, who knows?
Yeah. Well, they're definitely gonna, I think, profiteer off that one rather than, selling the cover plates. I think they'll rather sell whole units.
Yeah, I agree. And last year not last year, like 5 years ago, they did this Charizard and Blastoise, and I could totally see them this year like releasing 3 versions, like one green, one blue, and one red, to match the 3 typings of the starters.
They'll never forget Pikachu though.
True, they never forget Pikachu. 4 then, who knows? 4 limited edition Switch. How amazing would that be? I don't know. Actually, I would never buy this kind of thing, but...
Yeah, they didn't bring in Venusaur into this one, did they?
No, right?
But I suppose, yeah.
Poor Venusaur is always the third wheel of the of the carriage. Yeah. And I guess what's on everybody's mind is that I think it was in October of the year 2016, so actually quite a bit later, after all the festivities for the anniversary started, Evolutions was released. So Evolutions was announced in July for Japan first, so it released in Japan in September. And it released in the West in I think November, actually, not October, in November of 2016. So it was pretty much the end of the celebration, ending on a bang, if I may say, with this set. So it was base set, obviously. I think we all know Evolutions. There's no need to elaborate on what Evolution is and what the impact of Evolutions has been on the Pokemon TCG. I think it's really one of the sets that brought back, the first one at least, that brought back so many collectors. So there is a lot of speculations of this year having also a kind of a reprint, Blast from the Past, some kind of old set being reprinted. Lots of, I don't know if it's rumors, because I really think at this point it's just people wishing for it to happen.
Yeah.
But
but I think the Pokemon Company is very coy and smart with what they do. They played this company that doesn't say much to the public, doesn't ever answer to any criticism, doesn't answer to any announcements. Everything's on their terms, and they probably just sit there and just go, right, what does the community want, and just listens for a bit and then goes, right, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But who knows?
There's one of these companies that really can offer to be just silent and just pushing out there everything they want. But I mean, you see where they started the year with all these promos around the starters. I think they really want to make this year special, and I don't think it's a given at this point yet, but it kind of is. Like, we've had already a lot of reprints announced, like these promos, the jumbos that were showing the original Pikachu, original Charmander, the original Squirtle, the original Bulbasaur. So
yeah, it's not a impossible feat to see vintage reprints if we can see these jumbos getting reprints.
No, absolutely
not. Everything is on the table at the moment, and to be honest with you, whatever they create and sell, it will all sell out and everyone will go crazy for it, no matter what it is. And I think that's really telling as well, with what you said about the Japan release dates being in the summer. So that means we don't really have too long to wait really to find out.
I think
wonder as well.
2 or 3 months is usually the time we have to wait between the Japan release and our release. Like, look at Battle Styles; it's releasing pretty much even 1 month after the Japanese set being released. So
yeah.
Sorry.
Do you think they'll ever sync up the launch dates between the Japanese and rest of the world market?
They did with the games. The games used to release 6 months ahead in Japan of the rest of the world, and now they have delayed everything so that all the games released at the same time since I think the 3DS games. So it's absolutely not impossible. The only thing is that in Japan they are getting more sets, but more small sets. So it's not exactly the same. I think like all of their sets are around 70 cards, no more. Rather here we always, I mean, not always, but we tend to get sets which are around 150 to 200 cards, which are combining 2 or 3 Japanese sets. So they would need to change a lot of things. So it's not impossible, but I don't really see it happen in the near future.
Yeah, but what we do see is all of the main chase cards always get translated across into English sets.
Yeah.
Somehow. So, you know, we're always keen to find out what's coming next. And, you know, we're quite fortunate really to have the knowledge of the Japanese market. Yeah. If we were to get everything at the same time, could you imagine the level of speculation there would be, like in sets? Like people would not have an idea. Like with Shining Fates, we all knew there would be a shiny Charizard because of Shiny V. Yeah. But if we didn't have that, could you imagine that being released worldwide on the same day? Like no one knew what would be in it, and there was like a shiny Charizard.
And on the first day of the release, all the internet will go crazy because they discovered there was a Charizard in the set and they had no idea. Actually, it would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think it would. But then I think, you know, we're always looking for information, and I do think it would kind of drive people crazy. Yeah. And I think knowing what's coming from the Japanese sets gives people hope as well at times.
And I believe
it would be interesting.
The hyper rares in the Japanese sets are actually revealed with the launch. I believe they are not even included in the leaflets that explain all the cards that are in the sets. Like if you buy an ETB, you know, you always have this player guide with the cards of the set. And I think in Japan they are not even announcing the secret rares, the hyper rares, until the very last moment. So I think that was the case for Battle Styles, the single strike and rapid strike heroes or fighters. I don't remember, but
I'll tell you what, you would see it'd be an absolute gamble, wouldn't it? Pre-orders, because you'd only be pre-ordering based off the name. The set.
That's where the fact that Japan has smaller sets also makes sense, because you pretty much have to guess what's going to be in the set from all of the art that has been communicated about it, and
and people obviously associate the naming conventions of the sets with the games and the anime and kind of like it's like Champion's Path, right? Everyone worked out, you know, it's going to be around, you know, gym leaders and their Pokemon.
So, and we actually, the discussion took a turn that I did not plan. I wanted to ask you, what reprint would you like to see, if there is a reprint this year of a vintage set?
Ooh.
Take your time.
I think personally, I would like to see Gen 2. And I think that's the most obvious. But then again,
is it though?
Well, it would make sense to go, you know, in that order, because. But then again, it's predictable, isn't it? And I suppose they don't like. Well, I don't know. They do kind of like being predictable, because look at the anniversary logo, look at the set names.
Yeah. They're definitely not big fans of taking risks, but
Yeah. What about yourself?
I'd be super excited to see the E-Series, because these are sets that are actually very hard to find, compared to relatively to to older sets. Like you can find somehow base set, fossil, jungle quite easily, but the E series, the e-reader series, is very very difficult to come across in the good condition.
Especially Skyridge.
Especially Skyridge, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's really and there's two Houndooms in the E series, in Aquapolis, and in Skyridge, and these are two of my favorite cards. So I would definitely love to see them reprinted. And
what is your favorite E series set?
I have to say Skyridge because of all the crystal cards that are inside. I love the crystal Oho. I love the crystal Charizard. I'm not sure if Charizard is in the crystal Charizard is in.
It is.
Skyridge.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's 15k.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say Skyridge, but I also have a special thing for the Houndoom from Aquapolis. So. I wouldn't be mad if it was Aquapolis and not Skyridge, but really, like realistically, if it was the E series, I think it would be really a best of. They would take just the best cards from all the three sets and just reprint them, and that would be pretty awesome, to be honest. Yeah.
Maybe it's not even a generation. Maybe they take a theme like Gym Challenge, Gym Heroes, or Team Rocket. Because Team Rocket has been used throughout a lot of the gens, and there's a lot of different sets which they could take inspiration from. Because look at Evolutions, right? They modernized base set, and they brought in EX cards and Mega Charizard and all those other mega forms. So yeah, I think there's lots of possibilities of what we could see.
Yeah, true. But it's super exciting, honestly. So it's something if they are following the calendar that they are doing right now, that we might hear about in the summer. So probably not next week, but super excited for it nonetheless. And I'm 100% sure we're going to be super happy with what they are offering. Anyways, moving on. So we have talked about the cards a lot, obviously, but we are expecting also a few games to be released this year. So if we take 2016, we had Pokémon Sun and Moon that were announced and released. So that was a new generation. It's not going to be the case this year. We have already a few game announcements that we know are coming. So we have Pokémon Snap, new Pokémon Snap that is going
30th of April.
Exactly.
That's being released.
Yeah. Exactly. So once again, really a blast to the past. I don't know if you have any good memories with the original Pokémon Snap.
I never played it actually. Did you play it on the 64?
I did actually. I mean, I didn't have a Nintendo 64 myself. But it's very related to my Pokemon card story as a young boy. I was going to the shopping mall and to a toy shop in order to take part in some Pokemon card club and to battle some of my friends. So it was the time of base set for Soul and Jungle. Before Team Rocket was released, and I know Pokemon Snap released pretty much at the same time as when I was taking part in this Pokemon card club, and I was playing it actually on the demo console that they had in the toy shop. And I remember like there was even like one or two times when I think I just went and pretty much ignored the card games that I was supposed to do with my friends, and I was just going straight to the console and playing it.
Yeah, the inner gamer inside.
Yeah, exactly.
So obviously the premise of the game is you go around, you take pictures of Pokemon.
Yeah.
So what's the sort of functionality? I've seen clips of, obviously from the 25th anniversary reveal trailer, there's like a mine cart.
Yeah,
You travel around on a mine cart and
exactly. The game is
yeah.
happening on a rail, so you don't control where you're heading. It's really like a theme park roller coaster, pretty much. You're just on an island, and there is a rail that is taking you all around the island. And yeah, you have a camera, and you're supposed to take the pictures of the Pokemon. But like, you don't just need to take a picture, but then you have to make sure that they are taking a great pose, that they are doing something interesting on the picture, and so on. So you have like some accessories to try to make them move, so you can throw some apples at them so that they are attracted to the food and they move, and then you can take a picture in a nice an interesting pose. And honestly, there's not so much to it, but it was just so much fun to see the Pokemon in their living environment, in their original environment, into nature. I remember, I think if you threw some apples in a volcano, then you would have Charizard getting out of the lava, and yeah, I think there was some tricks like this in order to make some Pokemon appear, and that was really cool. And
so the Pokemon camp that you can get in Pokemon Sword and Shield games pays homage to that then, because within those camps you can play with the Pokemon and make them do poses, and you can take pictures, right, as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a nice little homage, isn't it, to Pokemon Snap?
Yeah, I didn't see it that way, but yeah, you're right. Actually, it's actually quite similar. And so the main problem with the original game was that it was pretty short. I think you can finish it in 4 or 5 hours. So even back then it was quite short. But you also have to keep in mind that back then you had only 150 Pokemon. Nowadays you have pretty much 900. So we can expect, I think, a much longer game compared to the original one.
And that means the game's not going to be a simple remaster. It's a fully fledged Nintendo Switch game covering all of the different generations.
Yeah, if you look at the picture we're seeing right now, you see Pokemon from Gen 6, Pokemon from Gen 2, Pokemon from Gen 8, Pokemon from Gen 3. So yeah, I think we can take it for granted that we're going to see all of them, and that there's going to be some kind of Pokédex to fill up around the game with every single Pokemon, and I guess there's going to be a mystery as to how you can make some mythical Pokemon appear or some legendary Pokemon appear, and I think that's going to be the challenge in this game. But yeah, actually, I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, I was on the fence about getting it, but I think I'll be missing out if I don't. So I think you sold me on it.
Yeah, and the big question that's coming is: are we going to see any cards released alongside? Because that's something that the Pokemon Company has done in the past with Pokemon Rumble and the Nintendo 3DS. Not the most successful set, if I may say so myself, because I thought that the design that was on the cards was like this low poly kind of Pokemon that was looking a little bit odd, and I don't think it's going to age very well at all. So yeah, that's something that we didn't see too much. Like if you go on Instagram right now and check the collectors profiles, you usually don't see these. So maybe there's a niche for it actually, but I'm not part of this niche.
Could very well be, and you know what? It could be the next best thing.
It could be the next best thing, yeah.
All it takes is for a Logan or some other Pokemon YouTuber to go, oh guys, I'm looking for the Pokemon Rumble promos. Yeah. Please help me find them. And then everyone's like, right, let's shill bid all of these on
today. A very special card to show you. There is only a Pop 3, PSA 10, and
yeah. As soon as that gets mentioned, Pop and a low number, God, people will just go crazy.
It got just sold on eBay for 2,000, and yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a very much a twice baked Jake video, isn't it? Yeah. Anything that gets sold on PWCC auctions that's like out of the blue, it's just like, there you go, there's a video.
Yeah. So anyways, relating to Pokemon Snap, we took a moment to wonder whether we thought Pokemon Snap was the right moment to release a mini set alongside. And we have mixed opinions about this.
Yeah, I think, Joe, I think we will see. I think we'll see a pre-order bonus.
Yeah,
and I think we'll get some there'll be like 3 promos, and you get one at random if you pre-order a game.
could be. Yeah. Yeah, it could be also some kind of special edition in which you have a mini pack of 3 or 4 cards, because it's so easy, honestly, to make a special edition these days. I've seen. I think if you remember back when the Pokémon Tournament game was released, they also did that with not a Pokemon card, but it was an Amiibo card, one of the first Amiibo card to be released. It was the Shadow Mewtwo. So that's something they tend to do with spin-off Pokemon games when they do release a special edition. So I would not be too surprised if they did something, but I don't think it's going to be a mini set. Really, it's going to be, if anything, it's going to be 3 or 4 cards, and like they're too busy right now with so many other sets that I would really be surprised if it was anything more than 3 or 4 cards.
That would actually be a really cool sealed product. A Pokemon amiibo with a card within the product, which you can clearly see the card and the amiibo. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. With or without the game, honestly, I think people would buy it like crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Look at plushies.
Yeah.
And all these other products that people go crazy for. Like, have you seen the? It's a bit off topic now, but have you seen the Gengar thing?
Yeah.
Where you put your head in Gengar's
But it's so unique,
mouth?
though.
Yeah, but have you seen the promotional pictures of like someone in a suit, like resting their head on their office desk sleeping? It's just very strange.
So strange. Yeah.
But anyway, I digress.
It's okay. Another game that we know is coming is Pokemon Unite. So it's this. You're gonna need to help me. It's not an MMO. It's I'm not gonna find the name.
People
right
keep
now.
labeling it an MMO. I'm not too.
It's a mobile game, that's for sure. I think they want to release a version on the Nintendo Switch as well. It's a multiplayer game. It's a battle kind of game between 2 players who have a team of several Pokemon that are going to fight against each other. So it's a bit in the style of this game that I cannot find the name at the moment. That is super popular. It's gonna come back at some point.
It's like I know what you're talking about. It's
League of Legends.
League of Legends.
Like League of Legends.
They're very popular in Asia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the game is actually developed by a Chinese company, if I remember well. So that's also an interesting one, because Chinese companies are getting more and more popular to develop for other franchises. And
it's the same company which owns King, which makes Candy Crush, right? They've invested heavily in.
I'm not sure, because I think King is owned by Activision Blizzard. So I'm not too sure anymore. But
no, I think they've then owned part of Activision or something. It's something like that. I read somewhere. But so is this game like
Tencent,
a capture the flag style game? Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's really a war game, I guess. It's really like you have an army of a few heroes that are fighting against another army of heroes. It's a genre that got quite popular along, I guess, around 10 years ago now, when League of Legends really took off, and then Blizzard did their own MOBA and so on. I mean, it was before the mobile games era, of course, but now the genre has moved on to mobile, and they announced that last year. I remember it was shortly after they announced the DLCs for the Sword and Shield game. I think they overhyped it back then. I think they really wanted to make this a highlight of the Pokemon Direct that they were having back then, and it kind of didn't get the positive reaction they were expecting, because obviously, like, when you speak about Pokemon, and especially right now when all of the rumors are heading to spoiler alert for the continuation of the podcast, but to Diamond and Pearl remakes, it's not something that has been really brand new. Like the fans have been talking about these remakes for a while, and I think everybody already back then was expecting Diamond and Pearl remakes. So when they announced Pokemon Unite, people were a little bit disappointed, if not bitter, towards what the communication they did. So yeah, I'm not expecting this game to be as popular and as a big boom as Pokemon Go was in 2016 for the 20th anniversary. But who knows, really? Maybe it's just not targeted at me, and it will find the big audience.
I don't think it is for us. I think it's part of a wider strategy to broaden the audience. Yeah, they've seen a gap in the market. They've definitely seen that there's an audience for this style of game. Yeah, and they know people who may not even be interested in Pokemon will pick this up because they like the game mechanics. Yeah, and hopefully, therefore, then go on to be interested in other Pokemon, products and stuff. So yeah, I think they're just trying to own every sort of media space there is to own.
Yeah, and I mean, Pokemon is a global franchise, so what doesn't speak to a certain country can speak to another one. And in terms of also age groups, I think we are a little bit older in the Pokemon fandom, but we also have younger people who don't necessarily like to play RPGs on their Switch, but who might be interested in playing this kind of MOBA on their mobile. So. I mean, yeah, that it's just diversifying their offer and heading to direction we are not expecting them to go to, but at least they are covering the market in certain areas, and really cannot blame them for that. I think it's a good initiative, and it might actually be a good game. Who knows?
Yeah, and in business sense, oh god, I'm sounding like PTCG radio now, but where he talks about his economics and stuff. But like, yeah, it's always a good move to diversify and spread your offering. So yeah.
So that's what we already know is coming this year in terms of games. So what is coming that we don't know yet, but oh my god, do we hear about it all the time?
I know. I can't wait for this. It's got to be announced.
Diamond and Pearl remakes, for the people who are listening and not seeing the visual that we're showing at the same time, but we're talking about Diamond and Pearl remakes. Of course, we had to talk about it. That might be the big announcement that is coming next week. We were talking about a special Pokemon Direct. That might be the moment when these are going to be revealed. That's what everybody's expecting, actually. So, what's there to say? we know nothing, but at the same time, we know it's happening. It's
yeah, and you know what's gonna happen, right? They will release this, and then there'll be a massive surge in popularity in Palkia and Dialga cards. There's already,
Arceus and
but it's just going to surge, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. But we know that Pokemon releases a new game every year around November, because for Christmas it's kind of like it's always what's happening. So we know that a new RPG game mainline is coming this year, and we also know that it's a bit too early for a new generation. So the timing seems to be pretty much perfect for this kind of remake to be announced this year. I mean, if we look at what they have done in the past with the former remakes, whether it was Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Alpha Ruby and Omega Sapphire, or the opposite, and so on, like it was pretty much the same cycle. You had 1 year the main game. I think the year after you already had the remake, but this time around they took their time with the main game for the DLCs for 2020, and 2021 is going to be something bigger, obviously, than this DLCs. So yeah, that's why I think everybody's expecting the next one in line to be remade, and that is Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, I think there's another area which we're missing as well is emulation, and whether or not we'll see Game Boy Advance being added, or Game Boy in general being added to the Switch online service. And if that happens, God, we could see so many vintage Pokemon games being added to that emulator. as
Well, you
well
know
as
that
this.
they actually released every single Pokemon game that was ever made. They're all available on the 3DS one way or another.
Wow.
You can play the red, blue, and yellow as the downloadable games. You can play gold, silver, and crystal as downloadable games as well. You can play Ruby and Sapphire, the remakes. You can still play the old DS game Diamond and Pearl if you have them. You can play all DS game of White and Black if you have them, and then it moves on to the 3DS generation, Gen 6, Gen 7. So from Gen 1 to Gen 7, you're covered if you have a 3DS right now.
So as you talk through that, I'm gonna go onto eBay and find myself the a 3DS to purchase.
There you go. You don't need an emulation really. If you have a 3DS, you can play it all on your 3DS and enjoy all the games. Yeah. So yeah, Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, obviously. When you talk about Dialga and Palkia, you also have Garatina back in the mind, and we know how much of an improvement Platinum was over Diamond and Pearl. So I guess the fans are more actually expecting. I'm more excited about Platinum remake than about Diamond and Pearl remake. But yeah, it was a massively popular game because it was the first one released on the DS back then. I think it was the first one of a new generation of kids as well. I know a lot of people who started their Pokemon adventures with Diamond and Pearl, so I think it's going to be a very important game for a lot of people this year if this ever comes out. And I think it's also the perfect celebration kind of game for a 25th anniversary. I think it's perfect to have these remakes this year. It makes so much sense, and you can play with nostalgia so much, and I don't know, you can include Pokemon that are missing currently in the Sword and Shield games, like just as an example, Houndoom.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's going to be a nostalgia festival when they announce these, and a potential clue as well as to what is going to be the potential reprint this year. Maybe, I don't know. We talked about it earlier. Who knows? Actually, it might be ready to Diamond and Pearl, and we are going to see a reprint of more recent sets, contrary to what we're expecting. But it's just a theory.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, right, there's a lot of talk on base set and even Gen 2. But yeah, it'd be good to have a bit of more focus on other gens like Gen 4 and stuff like that. And I think, yeah, the VGC will definitely bring the spotlight on that if they bring these Diamond and Pearl versions to Switch.
Definitely. And just before we close, I wanted to give a word as well to the TCG Online that has not been updated in terms of the solo play in years. So if you want to play against the computer right now, you're still fighting trainers who have a deck from the X and Y era. So I'm also thinking that this year, that's a personal theory, we might see an updated version of the online TCG, because they are definitely not dropping it. It's so popular, and we are in the middle of a pandemic right now, so it's the best way to pretty much play Pokemon cards against strangers in a competitive way. So my personal 2 cents, if I may add, before we close this podcast, would be potentially let's say a revamp of the existing Pokemon TCG Online, and I think that would be quite appreciated from the fans, and that would make also much more sense, because like if you want to battle with a V deck against the computer, you have currently no options to find a deck that is anywhere close to the strength of the game of the deck that you're potentially having. So yeah, I think there's a lot of potential on that side as well.
Yeah, an interesting point I do hear being made is the client is far worse on desktop than it is on tablet. I don't know. Have you come across the same issues?
I don't play on tablet, so I cannot really compare. But that's true that for me, like it's barely playable on mobile, to be honest, because everything is. I think it's just like ported directly from the computer game. So on mobile, I think it's not really great. But on tablet, I have not really played yet, so I cannot really give you my opinion about it.
Yeah, and mobile must be too small.
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
screen.
Yeah, I'd be worried and make a mistake, like clicking on something because it's just too small, and I make a big mistake and I lose the game because I didn't click on the right button or the right card or whatever. So yeah, I'm currently playing on my PC, but yeah, I think there's potential as well for mobile compatibility and doing something a little better. I don't know if you've played Hearthstone or any kind of card game on your mobile, but yeah, Pokemon is way behind, way
But you know what?
behind.
One thing they need to do for certain, it's crazy that they haven't done it already, is being able to scan your card codes on your phone. You have to do it with a webcam on your computer.
No, you can do it on your phone. You can use the
Can you?
camera on your phone. Yeah.
Oh.
But you have to be using the app on your phone, though. You cannot do it for your computer. But yeah, you can. If you have the app downloaded
you
on your
can?
phone. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I've done it a couple of times. It works. But
Well, you learn something new every day.
no worries. Anyways, that was my 2 cents on the Pokemon TCG Online. We will see, but I have good hopes for this to happen. If not this year, at least in the near future. All right, thank you very much for listening to us today. We've reached the end of this podcast that we wanted to keep short because really there is not too much going on in the news right now. We're all expecting stuff to happen next week, but I think it was pretty cool actually to review everything that's been announced and all of our theories. I don't know if you enjoyed it as much as I did.
It's great. It's great, and it's crazy to think we didn't really speak too much about the TCG.
Yeah.
So yeah,
there's just going to be so much going around.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been great, and yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot for listening. So just as a reminder, we are Mr. Houndoom on Instagram for me, and Sean is the Pokemon Noob on Instagram. So give us a follow if you're over there. We are, as we mentioned before, we are still growing and trying to find our audience. So we would appreciate all the help you can give us: a like, a comment, a share, send a message to your family with the link to the podcast or whatever. But if you enjoyed
Should we set
it,
a challenge.
Tell me.
Should we set a comment challenge to see who's listened till the end?
Go ahead. Give a name of a Pokemon.
Yeah, give a name of a 4th gen Pokemon.
Me?
No, in the comments.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
No, because usually you say a word and then the audience has to write it in the comments, and then they get a shout out in the next episode or something.
Let's do that then. What should we do? Something simple like 25th anniversary.
Okay. Yeah, if you write a comment with 25th anniversary this week, we'll shout you out in the next episode.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one. You've been listening to the Pokémon Teatime. Bye, everyone.
Bye.